Lama, Domba Jum Den De, La Jamba Yandaba Zoes, Ribada Shadu Demba, the Washaba, Demba Divan.
Ladaminum pat
Hadaminum Ye Domba Zange Jum Den De,
Begyawa Shakya
Dala Jazava Juza Lama Domba Jum Den De, Jabanda Jamba Yanda,
Pazope Sangerik Pada Jasu
Demba, the Warashaba Jimba Jivundu, Hadamin and Ye Domba Zange Jum Den De,
Begyawa Shakya
Dala Jazava Juza Lama Domba Jum Den De,
Pada Shamba Yanda Pazope Sange Danjasu Demba Dewa Shekpa
Jidin Jimba Jivundu
Kaname Pala Daminam Kitomba Sangye Chonden de Pegyawa Shakya Tupal Tatselo Shede Kyapsuchi Yutamse Sashendela Gompa Dimbone Ngani Jitendina Choche So
Tengeva Jola Jazala Nanda Gunga Judo Zoza Oyeje Jazot Rumada Jawa
Tensuna Langewa Gambo Tuji Chatelo Tensho Demba Jimeda Wisha Sedo Jawa Kira Chatelo Juja Kijasipa Sumachi Nyame Kinchenkela Chatel Gambo Tuje Chedemba Tamshi Kimbe Tambapu Sunayan Tenga Sushin Deshin Shela Chatel Zapetu Chajawa Gyu Gewing and Sonli Jushin Shitu Dandan Shugyu Pa Shigyu Chela Chance, Jene Dewe Layantan, La Padala Raptuni, Chinki Damba Yantenden, Gedun Layan Chatsel, Sangetola Chancelo, Chela Chaselo, Gedun Chela Chaselo, Sunla Tatu Gichas, Shaja Upatam Chela, Shindi Kundu Jangin, Lutu Pae Nankundu, Shotu Depe Chatsel. Dipachi Amijachi
Tebe Chata
Sopol Gyangi Semni Yonsutu.
Do not commit any unwholesome actions.
Engage
in perfect wholesome actions. Subdue your mind.
This is the teaching of the Buddha.
It contains which explained, it contains four noble truths: true suffering, true cause of suffering, cessation of the suffering, and true path. Do the English.
A star, a defective view, a better lamp, an illusion, a drop of dew or a bubble, a dream, a flash of lightning, a cloud, see causative phenomena as such.
So it must be hard to know look at the causative phenomena like star. Daytime there's a star, but there's due to sun rays. Sun is so bright, they're covered by rays of the sun, so you couldn't see the star. So like that. For us, and the reality, what exists is things what exist in mere name, mere labeled by the valid mind. They have enlightenment, nirvana, samsara, the happiness problems, day-to-day life, the dwell, action, object, whatever we do, that is the dwell, action, object. So it exists. Exists, but exists. It exists in the man name, merely labeled by the valid mind, on the valid base, not just on any vase, but on the valid base. So therefore, as reality, the I, what is the I, is extremely, 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 extremely subtle. What is the I? I exists in the man name, merely labeled by the valid mind. On the valid base, the aggregate. But is what it is, extremely, 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 extremely subtle phenomena. So like that, all the rest phenomena exist in the man name, merely labeled by the valid mind or the valid base. But for our hallucinating mind, everything appears real. And as everything appears real, and then we apprehend our ignorance, they're real. They exist from their own side. Not that. Exist from their own side. Totally opposite. Totally opposite. The way it appears to us, the way we believe, apprehend, totally hallucination than reality. So therefore, everything empty has no existence from its own side, because everything exists in mere name, merely labeled by the mind. So everything empty of, everything empty, everything do not exist from inside, do not have true existence. Everything do not have existing from its own side, existing by itself. Everything do not have real. There is no real I, there is no real action, there is no real object. That's the reality. So everything is empty. Emptiness is everything is empty. Everything is empty. Not only emptiness, not emptiness only, but everything is empty. If you say everything is emptiness, and then that means there is no cumulative truth, and there is no truth for the all-true mind. The other truth doesn't exist. Then, if you say everything is emptiness only, no. All the whole existence, not emptiness only. Everything are empty. Are empty from its own side. So there's the emptiness, everything empty, there's the emptiness, but for our mind, it's like doesn't exist. for we common people's, ordinary people's mind, who has no realization, no idea of emptiness, no realization of emptiness, much idea that it's like emptiness doesn't exist. What exists is not, doesn't exist. What doesn't exist is like 100% exists from its own side, real. And we not only appearing, but we believe 100%. 100%. So all of that. What doesn't exist, what never exists from beginningless life, the real I, for example, never exists, never happened, even for 1 second. Never have been object of omniscience, never been the object of Arya Bodhisattvas. Neither that nor object of omniscience. And Buddha's Hanuman. They see what Arya Bodhisattvas see, those who have direct perception of emptiness, they see only empty, do not exist from inside. And the Buddhas, of course, nobody says existing from inside, nobody says the real. They don't believe, apprehend, they have direct expression of realization of emptiness. Only so there is no belief with that. That's the real one. They have no belief. But we, ordinary people, not only appear from its own side, real, also we believe from ignorant side, from our mind ignorant, believe, apprehend, 100% real. So, also life has been, so the life have been suffering. So we have been, our life has been suffering. Unbelievable. Very basic thing is that hallucination. Believing real. Total. Completely misunderstanding about I. Misunderstanding about the truth. No understanding of the truth. So hallucination, which never exists from beginningless, and then believing exists 100%. Whole world lives on the belief that hallucinated appearance. Whole world lives on the belief. Lives the life with the belief. Can you imagine? So for us, emptiness, that's what exists, but it's a lifestyle in that time, like doesn't exist for our mind. And what doesn't exist? Truly existent. Truly existent I, truly existent action, truly existent object. That exists. 100%. So you say, like star. You don't see star in daytime. So don't see, and don't see emptiness due to ignorance. Due to this strong belief, like harder than rocky mountain, harder than iron mountain, this concept from beginningless rebirth, no beginning. Continuation of this wrong concept has no beginning. So that's why our suffering of samsara, birth and death, all that, so there's no beginning. No beginning. And if you don't realize the emptiness in this life, then it becomes the end. Also, end, not beginning, but also becomes endless. The suffering of the oceans of suffering of pain, suffering of change, progressive compound suffering, like oceans and the endless, or suffering becomes endless. So that's most frightening. When people just after, if doctor tells you cancer, it's just nothing. It's nothing. It's nothing. It's like scratch or something, and nothing. See? So all the rest suffering pain. Suffering rebirth, suffering old age, suffering death, suffering sickness, then so forth. And suffering meeting undesirable object, suffering the separated away from the desirable object. You see, when happens death in the family, children, parents, and the relatives, suddenly death happens. Wow, what life is completely confused. When sudden death happens, dies family members, you don't know what to think. So normally you don't know Dharma, happening Dharma, so then life is confused. So like that. So suddenly, so normally you live the life totally with the hallucinated mind, wrong concept. So suddenly something shows cancer or the heart attack or something, earthquake or something happens, shortcomings of samsara, suddenly does so unbelievable fear, suddenly unbelievable fear, didn't know what to do. So like that, if you don't know Dharma, if you don't practice Dharma. Like that. That's how the world suffers. So please meditate as I chant. With the English. Maybe a little bit slower.
The Heart Sutra is page 192.
I prostrate to the Arya Triple Gym, thus did I hear at one time. The Bhagavan was dwelling on massive vultures, in Rajagriha, together with a great community. Monks and a great community of bodhisattvas. At that time the Bhagavan, absorbed in the concentration on the categories of phenomena called profound perception. Also at that time the Bodhisattva Mahasattva Avalokiteshvara looked upon the very practice of the profound perfection of wisdom and beheld those five aggregates also as empty of nature. Then through the power of Buddha, the venerable Shariputra said this to the Bodhisattva Mahasattva Arya Avalokiteshvara. How should any son of the lineage train who wishes to practice the activity of the profound perfection of wisdom? He said that, and the Bodhisattva Mahasattva Arya Avalokiteshvara said this to the Bosharyadvati Putra Shariputra. Any son of the lineage or daughter of the lineage who wishes to practice the activity, the profound perfection of wisdom, should look upon it like this, correctly and repeatedly, beholding those five aggregates also as empty of inherent nature. Form is empty, emptiness is form, emptiness is not other than form. Form is also not other than emptiness. In the same way, feeling, discrimination, compositional factors and consciousness are empty. Shariputra, likewise all phenomena are emptiness without characteristic, unproduced, unceased, stainless, without stain, not deficient, not fulfilled. Shariputra, emptiness, there is no form, no feeling, no discrimination, no composition, no factors, consciousness, no eye, no ear, no nose, no tongue, no body, no mind, no visual form, no sound, no odor, no taste, no object of touch, and no phenomena. There is no I element, and so on up to and including no element and no mental consciousness element. There is no ignorance, no extinction of ignorance, so on up to and including no aging and death, and no extinction of aging and death. Similarly, there is no suffering, origination, cessation, and path. There is no exalted wisdom, no attainment, and also no non-attainment. Shariputra, therefore, because there is no attainment, bodhisattvas rely on, dwell in the perfection of wisdom, the mind without obscuration and without fear, having completely passed beyond, they reach the endpoint of nirvana. All the Buddhas who dwell in the three times also manifestly awaken to unsurpassable, perfect, complete enlightenment in reliance on the perfection of wisdom. Therefore, the mantra of the perfection of wisdom, the mantra of great knowledge, the unsurpassed mantra, the mantra equal to the unequaled, the mantra that thoroughly pacifies all suffering, should be known as truth, since it is not false. The mantra, the perfection of wisdom, is declared. Tayata Om Gate Gate Paragate Parasamgate Bodhisoha. Shariputra, the Bodhisattva Mahasattva, should train in the profound perfection of wisdom. Like that, then the Bhagavan arose from that concentration and commended the Bodhisattva Mahasattva Arya Avalokiteshvara, saying, well said, son of the lineage. It is like that one should practice the profound perfection of wisdom. As you have indicated, even the Tathagatas rejoice, the Bhagavan having thus spoken, the venerable Sharadvati Putra, the Bodhisattva Mahasattva, Arya Avalokiteshvara, and those surrounding in their entirety, along with the world of gods, humans, asuras, and Gandharvas, were overjoyed, highly prayed that spoken by the Bhagavan. Over the page, the prayer to the line face Dakini. I prostrate to the gathering of Dakinis in the three chakras who abide in the holy yoga of using space. By your powers of clairvoyance and magical emanation, look after practitioners like a mother her child. Haka Samarata Sadarasa Maria Pe. Raja Sadarasa Maria Pe. Tayata Gate Gate Paragate Parasamgate Bodhi Soha. By the teachings of the three supreme jewels possessing the power of truth, may inner and outer hindrances be transformed. May they be dispelled. May they be pacified. Shintam Kuriye Soha. May all the negative forces opposed to Dharma be completely pacified. May the host of 80,000 obstacles be pacified. May we be separated from problems and harmful conditions to Dharma. May all enjoyments be in accord with the Dharma. And may there be the auspiciousness and perfect happiness here, right now. Osaji Puki Jushing Meto Dramri Rabling Ji Nidegen Body Sangye Jingdu Mite Uwa Rokunamdak Shingla Chupar Ojesun Lama Tampa Kenam Kichu Kukala
Sanji Jadam Chanchu Bado Dani Jago Jendage Jivisun Sanje Jadan Tsuji Chamna Chanchu Bado Dani Jivisun Jendage Sanje Jadan Tsuji Chamna Chanchu Bado Dani Jago Dage Chujin Jivi Sunung Jin Dola Sanjin 나도 대송반인데 잔주 선배 소지선 연달아 저도 관계 tension 대화 좀 가보 나왔지만 봐. 가 관계 tension 대화 좀 가보 매봐 재매 봐. 제발 매봐 딱 매봐 와 매봐 좀 매봐. 다들 좀 되지면 저원이 시시된 것도 왜 썼지만 담바들라 다 그래 닝말라마 대난 삭시엔 초주랑조 거의증 조대 수다 부모님 게 doctor expressing the realizations of the seven I think seven women I think 도지베 루소라 자당 주당在실다 때 so means what I said is the life the body the life which has to be left which is to be casted, just left. Kasa Look at, so, normal, as I mentioned before, normal people in the world cherish the most, cherish more than numberless Buddha, cherish more than numberless Bodhisattvas, and cherish, numberless Bodhisattvas, holy beings, sentient beings who are holy beings, then even ordinary sentient beings, numberless helping, numberless hungry ghosts, numberless animals, numberless human, numberless sura beings, asura beings, from all the cherish the most, your life. Cherish the most. Your life is the most thing. There's no valid reason, logical reason, but there's no logical reason, but there's no valid logical reason to prove that I'm most important. My body, my life is most important than numberless sentient beings. There's no logical proof, but it's like a dictatorship. The self-chasing, the attachment to this dictatorship. So there's no logical correct reason. So they think it's the most important. So they see, then your own body life will just be casted, will just be left. Look at it like water. Look at it like water, like water dew on the grass. Look at it like that. So look at it like water means like bubble, like water bubble. So it can look nice, but it can be popped anytime. So look at your life. So old people don't do that, don't know Dharma, don't do that. So they cherish the most. Then when something happens, even not death, but some chaos happens, and then so afraid, so shocked. Shortcomings, samsara, but do not know that. Shortcomings, samsara, you do not know that. So shocked. So they suffer, this is how they suffer. So what I'm saying is, what Todorando says is that, while you are young, you don't practice Dharma. Then you see, this was talking for the Tibetan nomads in the camp. Tibetan nomads. They gather and he speaks according to their language and then suitable for them, according to their life. So while you're young time, do not practice Dharma, then of course there was a case, the actual teaching happened, but of course there relates us. So something to us, something this work, finish this work, and then I have to practice Dharma or something like that. Only when I become healthy or something. There's always excuses and so like that. So then when you become older, then can't walk, can't go up, can't walk up and can't go So I made a mistake. Yeah. So then you become older, and maybe in the West a little bit different, but on the Tibet you see the Namatan missing, and then their hairs will become white, like my hair. Hairs become white, and then power of the body finish. Strength of the body, they don't have strength of the body. Their mind becomes discouraged. Since passion, mind becomes discouraged. I can't do anything. I can't do anything. So, anything what you can't do. So, like that, when you become old. And you can't go up. Can't go, difficult to go down. And then, when you become old, can't see far. And that happens in young time. Some people would have the generally, and you can't see far, and you can't hear, can't hear. Then leave it, and then such that time leave aside to practice Dharma. Even to sit down, even to stand up, so difficult, unbelievable difficult. Many difficulties. Then he was saying, so if you do Dharma, then he was advising them, which was also for us to understand. With the physical body, then do processions and do circumambulation of holy objects. Do sure those things with the body to practice Dharma. With the speech, then you see, during recitation, during the recitations, prayers, mantras. The medicine Buddha and the generalistic Omani Pema Hum. There's a long mantra and what the longest mantra in Manikambum and short mantra, the middle one, a unit text, and then Omani Pema Hum, not she, Omani Pema Hum, 6 syllables. You get Dujuba, 6 syllables, not Omani Pema Hum she, no. She is a syllable of generalistic. So that his own said many times wrong. Omani Pema Hum. So I often say that's the basic, very basic thing to practice. Omani Pema Hum, and that is to most unbelievable benefit. To purify past negative karma collected from beginningless birth and collect extensive merits like the atoms of this earth, like the drops of the oceans, like that, and then collect merit. Then if you do with the bodhicitta, then more than skies will merit. Unbelievable. Like that. And then it's a cool way to born Pure Land and Amitabha Pure Land, cool way to actualize compassion, to actualize compassion for all the sentient beings. As I mentioned, I think it's Genesis, as I mentioned, in the Lula, Sorokumbu, those villages and the mothers, older mothers, who do not know anything, but they do newness, they don't know the sadhana, only the monk or somebody who has read, who studied, but they can't do sadhana. The one is some of the faith genesis, they do new they take them at my precepts, do new so as in the life, morning, evening, or even daytime, we walk while they're traveling. So they were devotion to Genesis. So they were all those older mothers who does those things. I see, I meet, and I feel that they have so much compassion more than me. Even though I read some text and try to, talk a little bit about compassion or things. But you see, my compassion is, has, yeah, kind of, has a, kind of, almost nothing, But them old mothers, they don't know text, but there is that so much. They know all because there's so much compassion. I feel that when I see them, when I talk to them, I feel that. So the blessing of Genesis, so much is this I saw, my experience. And my mother, I told you, I was telling that Genesis, my mother, who doesn't know text, who doesn't know sadhana, never learned ekaga kanga jajasanya, never Tibetan alphabet, never learned. So then, she, so, and then she saw much compassion. She knows the mantra Omane Bemu, so much devotion. Just very short prayer, this Amitabha, request Amitabha, this short prayer. So she does morning, evening, night, so that's all it. So later she memorized short Yungne prayer. I think by, I don't know, 7th Dalam or 5th Dalam or something. That's because I gave to do that. So unbelievable compassion that she has, yeah. So Dharamsala, one time she was Tushita, and she stayed 2 months or something. So morning breakfast, put her morning breakfast, not potato pancake, but this flour pancake, Then she'd keep half in her pocket, and then she go down. She go down to His Holiness Palace, the monastery, Namjal monastery. So she gives the beggars the half. She said, give the beggars there. There's not much. There's many beggars, so I don't know how to say that. So half she eats it and half she takes down. Always give the beggars. So like that, when she goes down to Second Mammal for some time, like that, and yeah, so that. When the family travels for pilgrimage with other families, so when they stop in the road, and then so our family make food. Then my brother is there, the young brother, Sangti. So family make food. Many other family food, but my mother give the food after cooking, give to other people. So then at the end there's enough food left for the family. Also things like that. Or my brother, didn't like mother doing that. So he go for porters, you know. He go for travel, climb mountains, and you know, porter kind of things for the was the tourists. Then they bring money or bring things to the home, because he's the only one who does that, bring money from outside. So then my mother gives away, so he didn't like that. So things like that, and yeah, she has so much compassion. And then when we go by car in Kathmandu or the Bauta, there are many Nepali people in the road walking with no shoes, bare leg, bare feet. So she can't stand, so she feels so much uncomfortable. They didn't have shoes to those people walking the road and the shoes, so like that. So much compassion. She doesn't know text, didn't learn alphabet, so like that. This design. But I talk about compassion a little bit, read text, but my compassion is kind of not almost like non-existent, like hot desert. Hot desert where there's no water. So big differences. So she told me, Kapan. One time she was Kapan for some time, and then reciting mantra upstairs. So then to the wonder in upstairs, the by closing eyes, sooner wonder the mind. Because this is what she heard, during the teachings in Tibet from Deputy Trishri Rinpoche, Oh, when you recite mantra, don't wander mind, certain advices, then she understands. But actual teaching, then when the Lama reads and starts, only the monks or somebody who started can read text, and somebody who started only those some those can understand, only those, but not the majority of people. So like that. So she keeps in mind in this. The one she understood, that she really practices, tells. So she told me upstairs, she told me she used to recite 50,000 Monibema every day before, but she says, now I can't recite that much. But that was probably close. Then she came to Varanasi for the Kalachakra, and then she passed away. She didn't get to attend initiation, but she passed away in the guest house. So at night time, one chocolate, then I went up from Varanasi to Sanat. I think she might have cancer, but we didn't recognize. She was unable to eat food, or only very, maybe half spoon or 1 spoon of, light, very light tukpa or something. So my brother's wife, my brother's name is Sangye, his wife, brother, 3 monks, they from Upper Tantra College, they were Kapan, some of them. And they know Guya Samaja, I think by heart, root text. I think, I'm not sure, yeah. So there were 3 of them reciting, chanting chanting Guya Samaja text. So the Tantra college, if monk dies, immediately they recite Guya Samaja, they chant, and that's it, that's the main thing. So that helped. That helped the person who died. It's very powerful. So anyway, yeah. So I did my own thing, and so she met His Holiness. We brought her to His Holiness when His Holiness comes out from the room, from the university building, out to give teaching. Then she was sitting on a chair, but I didn't think I'm not sure whether she saw His Holiness or not, because her eyes were closed. No, her eyes was closed, so I don't think. So anyway, so then that night, then after 1 or 2 days, she passed away. So, yeah, like that. So that's why her incarnation. Born near Lautu, Nata Hermitage, Kanuba. 1 mile, I'm not sure, from Lautu. So yeah, he was born there. And so one of the, so could recognize many things. Each time he comes in the kitchen, then until he find that thing, he look for, with things that the first time to see the incarnation, which he saw in the past life. So things in the kitchen, hard things, until he find, look for. So that they always. So some years before, Lama Pasang and myself, we were prayerful to her to turn on her bed, on the table, I think. So, but the incarnation comes and always give scarf or always embraces the prayer world. So, because the past life habituation. And then when he came, when he came to the kind of the celebration, they did short celebration. My brother and the uncle, one Sherpa man, went up. My mother's best friend. So this Sherpa man, many people in the village like him because he helped many people. So many people like him, Angpura. So my brother and Angpura went up to see the incarnation, and then invited. The people came, and then over kata, scarf, and then he returned back the scarf to everybody, except 2 persons. One is his father, and one is the Laudo with my sister. There's one Kapun monk there, so he didn't return back the scarf, 2 of those. Otherwise, everybody gave kata back. And he, like my mother did, he exactly did the same thing. First, bending head to blessing his own throne, the carved throne, his own throne. Then my small seat down there. Then he goes up on the altar. then go around the temple 7 times, go around. So incarnation did exactly the same as the mother used to do. He wasn't told by anybody. So you didn't give the monk allowed the one who was staying with living with my sister, because past life, she always get angry. And my mother used to tell me very quietly, whispering in the ear, Sruna was so angry. She tells me in the past life, in the cave. So the incarnation came, Kata scarf didn't give to the Sunu, and then one is his father, because his father, during my mother's time in the past life, found some pipes. So when there are more people allowed, though, then the water is not enough. But if there's less people, we have enough water just nearby there, which have been used from past lives for a long time. So enough water. But there's more people, you have to got water from the other hermitage, Gandupa. So, so the father found some pipes, and then tried to bring water from there on this side, other side of the mountain. So the Western students, they can wash their body, don't have to go far, just there where the pipe came to this mountain, so like that. So father put stone in the pipe, blocked the water coming from there, from Ganuba to this side mountain. So my mother was upset, shocked about that. So the reason why the incarnation didn't give kata was like that. Because the imprint left the mind. Then the most amazing thing is that the Angpurwa is my mother's best friend, and then he went at home, the hermitage, Ganuba. Then he sat down, Angpurwa sat down. Then the incarnation, the mother was serving alcohol or I don't know, tea or something. Then incarnation spoke, Angpurwa, please have. So he able to recognize immediately and mention him. So he grabbed Angpurwa, grabbed the incarnation on his lap. Then he cried. Angpurwa cried. So that's one very clear proof, remembering past life. That, and then my sister, another clear proof is my mother used to collect plastic buttons, like all time, because all time spoons and plastic buttons got very precious because you can't get in Sulukumbu. You have to go few days in the Kathmandu or few days down, then you can buy. So you can't get there. So the people carry on the neck, with the strings and spoon and things like that. So very precious thing like that. And so my mother used to do the same. Take out from some shirt, old shirt, put in the bottle, left there. So my sister made shirt for the incarnation with that button. So when my sister went to put the shirt on the incarnation's body, the incarnation said, "Oh, these are my buttons." She said, "These are my buttons." He can recognize. Because his past life, mother collected the buttons in the bottle, so that. So the very clear memory, the past life, all can recognize the family people, the uncles, so that is the benefit of. So often I say, for example, the table or something, how many atoms it has. So Omani Bemo recite benefit, unbelievable, like that. But the remembering all the past life things and, the clear memory is like one atom. It's like one atom from here is like that. So not all the rest benefits. Not all the rest benefits recite Omani Bemo, not that, just like one atom from the table, like that. So there was like that. So the benefit from reciting the Bema. So anyway, so like that. At least the basic, very basic things are there is that on the Bema. That's a good way to go to Pure Land, good way to be free from samsara, good way to achieve enlightenment, and the newness. Omani Bema to newness, those things. So the most important to develop compassion to good heart, develop compassion for all sentient beings. So this, it doesn't give, Omani Bema by reciting. It doesn't give a kind of a worldly thoughts like power or some to destroy somebody, enemy, or kind of somebody say, it doesn't give that. Other mantras, wrathful deities, other can have that possibility, their worldly mind to harm somebody, to develop your power or many things. But here, Omani Bema is very purely, sincerely to purify, to develop compassion for others, to benefit others sentient beings. Because medicine Buddha is about success. To free the sentient beings from suffering and to bring to enlightenment, and yourself to achieve enlightenment, and also another, that's the main thing, but then another success for benefit teaching Buddha and sentient beings. So medicine Buddha practice success. So those are basic prayer. Then another thing. Then he's saying, should to do the speech, practice. Then he says, when you become old, leave aside reciting many other prayers, sadhanas, prayers. Even the money, even that doesn't become correct when you become very old. When you become old, so no teaching. Even I don't have teeth here. Here there's no teeth. So come out. One with the Geshu Saba, I was having some dinner, tukpa or something. So eating. Then teeth come out, just easily. Just no pain. Come out. Then Geshe want to see that. It's so dirty, I don't want to show Geshe. Someone wanted to come out like that. There is a fire puja to do with teeth. Saja, in the church Rinpoche was doing, I think with hair or tooth, offering burning fire puja. You draw the colors and draw the colors, and then do fire puja outside. One time, Rinpoche as well. I do that. I do have the text. So you're going to purification of that. And then to the end, the tongue can't make clear. I don't know, tongue, I don't know how to say. Jedine, tongue can't express clear. Then even you speak, the language is not clear. And he says, even you recite wrong sound, you try to recite, but become wrong because your mouth is not correct. So become wrong sound. Then they were saying the nomads, and then the young children, then they make fun of the old man, So because what the speaking and the recitement are not correct. So anyway, but then the mind should maintain loving kindness, compassion, bodhicitta, maintaining deities, Buddha. Then mind should do like that. But then when you become older, when you become older, it's definitely going to become older, like as explained here. Not saying definitely you're going to become old. In case you become old. So he says that leave aside meditation. Leave aside meditation. Then when you become old, you forget what you did now or what you remember now. Then you forget the next minute. Forget the next minute what you thought. Then everybody wonder what happened with you or something like that. So very difficult when you become old. Thinking to the Dharma when you become old, and then this kind of can be read to us, but also there's a common thing in Tibet or some Namas or some, also he was advising. So difficult to practice Dharma when you become old. So he was saying, when you have a freedom to yourself, when you have power, then that time you must practice Dharma. Then when you become old, for many ways, difficult to practice Dharma. Then he says, if when you become old, even to practice Dharma, even let's say even plan like that, that's going to happen. But generally, life in the world is not definite. The willing is telling about map. Life in the world is nothing uncertain, not definite. Not definite. Then there's such as Nerishi Jitashi, the 424 disease. 424 diseases. I don't know, in the West, how other diseases are counted or not, I'm not sure. So, for 424 diseases, Nirish Getashi, Geri Tonda Gejo, the interferers, 80,000 gate interferers, Geri Tonda Gejo, their harms. Then, Geri Tonda Gejo, Durisum Jetujo, Durisum Jetujo, so 370, the 360, done. Spirit possession, then, so they harm. So then many disease has connected with spirits harm. So this so then children have their own then. I don't know about them, but there's text to recite when they're sick. So so many conditions for death, so like that. No time to be old. So many conditions for death. So anyway, so far now to be alive in years, so many people we know dead already, but why? We ourselves so far alive. That's amazing, most amazing. And have freedom, special opportunity to meet Dharma, to practice Dharma, to meet Dharma, to practice Dharma. Oh, you have to realize, recognize how precious it is. Now, how we are so fortunate. So here Toto Randu says, so no time for getting old, to be leave aside practicing Dharma, even no time to get old, then there's danger to suddenly die. So Chom and Dhammapada mentioned by Buddha, in the morning, you see, you see many many people towards the capable being. So I mentioned before, three capable being. Then the one who doesn't practice Dharma, who only walk with this life, is an ordinary capable being. Jiva Paba, ordinary capable being. So they, in the morning, you see many people. Then but in the afternoon, the people see, you don't see. In the morning you see, in the afternoon, then some people you can't see. The dead. They already dead today. You see in the morning, in the afternoon you don't see. Then in the afternoon you see many people, but the next morning, some dead in this world like that. Then, Jeva Pume, Mangboda, Tala Pawa, Chijuna, Tala Mediation Shede, Sumbetang, Sumbetang to Jishu, Jeda. And so he was saying that, referring to Dhammapada, Buddha's teachings, men, women, so many men and women, and also young ones, even young ones, they die. So, can't say, oh, this person is young, oh, so definitely would live. No, you can't say. What is the issues? So there's no definite there's no definite there's no definite assurance will be alive. This person will be alive. No matter how young or old, whatever. Even young, can't. There's no assurance. Then seven Dalai Lama mentioned Tutanang Dadu Nyenyongge, Trechidu Ludesimjangu, Gungsola Padu, Tudu Luchachi Tawa, Changdenam. So seven Dalai Lama Kasang Gyaso mentioned Tutanang Dadu Nyenyongge, Tutanang morning, then during consultation, talking together about subduing the enemy and developing the friends, relatives, talking together, talking together, But so also the same time goes comfortable body, comfortable body and mind, and also laugh, laugh during the talk. But in that time, when the Gongsola when the nighttime comes, because evening time, the evening time after sunset, just after sunset. So when that time comes, then the body, those people who are during meeting, laughing, but in the evening time after sunset, the body is eaten by birds, by dogs. Bird means eat Tibet gives the eagles. So that. Body is eaten, the body is the cemetery. Their body is taken to the cemetery, eaten by eagles, by dogs. Is that true? So Jawa Kasakya cemetery. Is that true? So this often happens, Sorry. Okay, out of some room. So, impermanence and treating the impermanence, so important, because I think even you are expert in the philosophy, Dharma philosophy, expert, Keba, Geshe, and even Kanjur, Tenjur, Buddha's teachings, one more than 100 more, Nagarjuna, Asanga, all those teachings, Tenjur, more than 24, by heart. You can explain well. You can explain very well. But, but if you don't think impermanence is dead, leave aside about science and all this, just Dharma. If you're an expert, expert in Dharma. You know everything, the Kanju thing you explain. But if you don't think impermanence, dead. Then you see mind doesn't become Dharma. Mind doesn't become Dharma. Then your life was wasted. Doesn't become Dharma. If you try to do something, recite or you do something, doesn't become pure Dharma. World is Dharma. So, so there's danger to waste the whole life. So even in the monastery, day and night debate, on the philosophy, deep subject, profound debate, day and night, always memorizing, reciting, But you see, but you don't think impermanence is death, then your study just for this life, power. There's possibility. I'm not saying everybody think like that, I'm not saying. But you see, this life, Triple Geshe, or this life, power, reputation, they become sort of this life, and then become the main purpose of studying. So, it's very hard. So you have to examine the mind. You have to examine your life, mind. So the impermanence death, you don't think that, then very difficult to begin Dharma. So you memorize, you debate, or so much older, but very busy, but very difficult to begin Dharma. That's something we have to think about. Can waste life in the monastery. If you don't think impermanent death every day, then you can waste your whole life in the monastery. Even though you know the text, you learn from teacher, you do all these things. But your actions doesn't become Dharma. Eating, walking, sitting, sleeping, besides listening, teaching, reflecting, meditation. But even, that doesn't become Dharma. Then, of course, eating, walking, sitting, sleeping, doing job, doesn't become Dharma. So you can waste your whole life, even being in the monastery. So there's danger if you don't know what Dharma is. Also depends on the teacher. Teacher not only teach philosophy, but have to teach lamdram, subdue the mind. The teacher has to very skillfully give advice always to the students. Not only teaching from philosophy, very vast knowledge, not only that, how you debate, and even the person says right answer, but still debate, make it wrong, and you can do that. Even the person gives right answer, but you debate. So if your intelligence is good, you debate. Make for the person, make it to see wrong. Even he just said good things. So how you but very much it depends on the teacher educating the disciple. Mind to become Dharma. You see, benefiting not only intellectual understanding, but benefit the mind to become Dharma. Mind have to think that. The mind to become Dharma. Not just educate, not just what Lama said, this Lama said, this is the learned one said, this is, then debate each other, not just that. So, so Kadamba Geshe is mentioned. Yenden Jaya Jang, Yenden Jaya Jang, Jenjigo Odutsus. There's 100 knowledge, but you are entered the one mistake. You are entered Jenjigo Odutsus. You are entered the one mistake. You have 100 qualities, but you are enter one mistake. Kadambakash is the expression. That means, as I told you, you don't think impermanence is that. Oh, then you see so much knowledge, text in as mentioned, so much knowledge you have, and then so much knowledge you have, you don't think impermanence is that. Then biggest mistake. Then always your actions do not become dharma, listening, reflection, meditation, and then do not become dharma, and then so you don't think death and impermanence. So then conception permanence. Wrong concept, permanence. Your life becomes slave to that. So that's how it doesn't become dharma. Your action doesn't become dharma. Even you're learning dharma, debating all this, memorize, but it doesn't become dharma. So there's great danger. Even life in the monastery, if you don't know dharma, what is dharma, can waste your life. So not that. But sorry to say this, but it is what's said in the text. As some of you heard, what my experience was, I was in Sorkumbu, Laudo, in the cave. Then there was one Kadamba Geshe's text, Tomolojawa Chuji Goje, very beginning Dharma practice, very beginning thought transformation, Tomolojawa Chuji Goje, open and draw the Dharma, it says. So I read, it became very old, funky, because rain, wet, so funky, it became, how to say, funky? Funky is people who wear hair. Huh? Funky people. What? The text is become funky because they're, white and sticky, There's only one text. So I read that while I was building the monastery. So after that, I did but you can read my first. So it was unbelievable. Because I haven't read the text, it pacifies the mind. Renunciation to attachment. You see? And people bring offerings. Shirkumbu, the brass container, rice, and, bamboo basket, some radish, big radish, and very strong smell, potato, and some things like that. And, so when they bring, the offering stuff is nothing but, of course you can eat, Somebody give gold, you can't eat. You can't cook the gold in the pot and eat, You can't do that. So, so I should get scared when people bring offerings, even though it's a very simple thing. But I used to get, by reading this text, I used to get scared, the offerings. So then I checked my action. I was Sorkumbu young time, then went to Tibet 3 years, lived in Tibet, did puja almost every day, much of the year. So I mean, sometimes there are a few days, something like that. But puja, protected puja. Memorized 2 volumes, 1 volume, offered examination in the Kumbha with all the monks, recite by heart. Not all, but just what Ujjava the Unze, the leader of puja, says, now recite from this, now recite. So you have to pure lines. So he said, he did good. I did good, he said it. And, but this Unze, I will share up. I have forgotten, share with something his name. But he died, and his incarnation. Remember the prayers. Remember the prayers that he memorized past life. He remembered the incarnation. Remember the prayers from past life. Can you imagine? You got to know those things. So yeah, he remembered the prayers. The young child can remember past life or the prayers memorized. Must be very fortunate, very humble. So anyway, then went to Baksa, lived 8 years, basically, liberty debating this, our class is the first class, and then started to develop good class. Then they transformed in the school, Surabaya school. You have to learn altogether, all the subjects, 5 subjects. So before 1 by 1. So this happened. Then also I got TV and so that. So I checked back my life. I couldn't see anything become Dharma in my life. I checked all the way back those years, Tibet, Surakumbu, and Tibet, and Pakistan. I checked back, couldn't find the Dharma. My experience became Dharma. So that's big surprise, big shock. Then of course now, so many years ago now. So now that was like that. So I'm mainly telling the mind can change. Mind can change. How much, deluded, but can change. There's capacity, mind has power to change. So that reason becomes you can achieve enlightenment. They're going up, so that when down, they were low level, the mind can change. But of course, now my mind, so many years ago, now my mind is becoming muddy, kumai. So nothing, not opposite. So many years ago, so that yeah, the reason. Then to achieve, to free the numberless sentient beings from the oceans of samsara and bring them to enlightenment. Therefore, I must achieve enlightenment. Therefore, come to all transformation. Kaza Bodhisattva, no, golden light, not Bodhisattva, not yet. 한데 그러지 잡아줘 다다 잡도 재면서다 리제르제 강화 잡아야 문제 잡아다랑에 불러 추지에 그래 용서다에 제 강화 이동원 제방마에 영어와 대당에 마당에 kawa tama wa sa ya sa ju dong yi kawa sam ya na ji zu jing da wa xie nyang da be da wa xie ba ti just now remembered. So very, very important, dedicated the Golden Light Sutra for the world. I'm really depressed by the world, economic problems, disease, Ebola disease, and all those dangers of earthquakes. In Japan, the water came, then the landslide, people died. And that the danger of fire, water, air, earthquakes, and all that, all those those dangers, to have a perfect peace in everywhere, in everyone's heart, and to me, Dhamma, to me, so pray. Dedicate. Ganga yido je bamba yi ngwa da da ngene ma da me ga wa tu ma mu sa ga da jung je ga wa se so today I met the sanghas from Nalanda and also the Prambaja Center director, the people there. So they said they're going to recite Golden Light Sutra every day. So they ask whether to need to finish Golden Light Sutra one day or continue every day. To be read by different people at different day. So I said that to read Golden Light Sutra every day, but to be read by different people, whatever, 2 people, or 3 people, or 4 people, or 8 people, or the different chapters. And like that, then finish today, then not to continue tomorrow, finish tomorrow. All like that can continue. So anyway, the incredible help benefit to bring peace and happiness in the world and in your country, and also especially the development of the center, or the needs and material things and dharma, to develop the center. It's very important to read Golden Sutra. Kosa jaba kane ngun de nyende ke jogane so jabe nyende na je apa bagi de ne so de me ke lo yo je me je so gun de ne je so pu shen shi ga na du je bu de na ma se la kan de ji da ra du so so yeah, sorry, didn't get much today. Condition to do. No, so yeah. Today, my napkin changed. I use this Tibetan way. The other one is kasa, it takes so much papers. This is very easy. So when you run nose run, this is much easy. The Tibetan way. Much easy. So I learned how to use the toilet paper. I used the corner, then go round, round, round. When you finish, perfect. Not left, but no need. Finish completely. One go round is perfect. I learned from the hospital. So then, because when you have stroke, there's some heavy stroke, so much running, but I have light stroke, so there was some running, but so I learned that in the hospital, so to not waste, usually we take, 1 or 2, 3, then you wipe away little and then throw away, but waste a lot. So I learned in the hospital that how to use that. So I explained to His Holiness how to. His own concern, so I wrote down how I learned and then prostration to my altars, can do them like this. So only one hand can prostrate like that, So opportunity, not opportunity like this. So it's explaining, the disadvantage. Then normally I can turn the prayer world. No, this one mala, this one turn the prayer world. So it fits very well. So these are many. Well, the Americans said that 3 billion, 3 microfish, more than 3 billions, and the different prayers Washington up to. So you see, it's like every time you turn. It's like having started 3 billion mantra. And many years retreat is done. So, and you get unbelievable, most unbelievable purification and benefits. Merit, wow. So then this one, mala, to how many you want to recite. So, I want Tanga. Tanga that I carry normally to that. So so I told his students, so can't do that. So I first asked Raja Holy to turn prayer world for me. So then I didn't do a long time. So then I turn. Then stop, then then turn. So this hand. Because one hand can't do both. So, so to turn a few more times, then you do most of this. So then I told His Holiness what disadvantage to His Holiness. So I wrote, and so His Holiness read the letter in Washington culture. Then the benefactor in Taiwan, she was at the airport with the Chandler Chandler. So His Holiness, so she offered the one that I wrote to remember His Holiness kindness, and then the songs and Kambu, famous about the Tibet who spread Dharma in Tibet. So we met Dharma because their kindness, and so I'm able to make all life meaningful because their kindness. So the one I wrote. So I added people who died, people who sacrificed their life for Tibet. So I also wrote. So that one gave to offer to His Holiness, and so His Holiness said he got very got a letter from me, very affecting on the mind. So told the benefit and power. Yeah, that's it. This is just not advertising myself. I'm great. No, not that. But I think maybe can use as an example for yourself to pray for sentient beings, maybe. So the first hospital, I was there a few days, or 3 days. So I tried to dedicate mind, just to, practice, but, so more than much power. You have to have realization, so to bodhicitta like that. So I don't know similar of bodhicitta, so I think very much. So anyway, on this bed, anybody who come to on this bed, they made a nibbler, but if they die, first of all, to recover the disease immediately and have most meaningful life, most meaningful life, bodhicitta and soul. Then if the person dies, to never ever get a reborn origins and to Kukuji next life to be Dharma, all that, Kukuji Ichibi enlightenment. Try to dedicate the bed, the room where I was. Then the other place, they also have to go exercise in the water, warm water. So at the beginning, because I haven't got used of it in my life. So I was brought to my life kind of Rinpoche or something like that, kind of came that way. So at the beginning, because there are many old people in the water, so I wasn't got so much used to. I was one time in the hot water in Rajgir. So many villages come in the water with the saris, with the women. They come with the saris in the hot water. Water is quite hot, but very dirty. So one night, but after all that, so beginning a little bit difficult to get in the water because I haven't got used to it. So then I started thinking, what I can think can be beneficial for them. So I tried to my visualization is nothing. Just so generic, Then you go in the water, you bless the water, and the people there to get healed immediately, and the most meaningful life, and then get a higher birth next life, immediately, pure land or higher birth, and the Dharma. So to achieve enlightenment quickly. So I don't remember exactly, but that's a rough prayer, what I tried to do underwater. Try to dedicate to others, my being in the water. So that you can use that as examples for yourself. Whatever you do, benefit others. That's of course wouldn't have any just practice, but wouldn't have any effect. Not around the body, nothing, no realize nothing. So but even so, try to think positive way. So, at least, So like that. So anyway, many different ways. Whatever you do to benefit others. So two things. So I stop here. Lama Sanja Lama Jodese Lama Getende Kunje Jewa Lama Lama Nala Jobo.
Page 207. O Dagijini Sakpe Gewadi
Tendan Joa Kunla Kambenda Jeba Jesu Losan Java Tembe Nimbo Rinda Sajejo Sebegeju Jemento Jajirali Jeje Sangashu Dame Debuba Yujuga Nandaji Jaba Choi Tanguru Namendala Gane Dame
Do shi chan qin zhang gen ge wei dan jing kyang pe wei kun zi dok po zi sha sun ku wei le men tu do pa da so du je gan du ja ten